All right. So this is the first podcast that I'm doing. My special guest today is Oscar. It's my roommate, basically.
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right. So actually, I just jumped into this without actually knowing what freaking topic we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't really know?
No, I just freaking. I pulled a poll yesterday in Instagram asking people if they wanted me to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Because someone told me like, oh, you should do a podcast and this and this and that. And I was like,
Hey, you know what I put on the poll?
what?
No.
Damn, so that's why it's not 100%.
Yeah. So that was the way.
No, yeah. So then that's why I was like, yeah, I guess I'll do it. Because I was already thinking about it because I told you about it too.
Yeah.
Because we were both supposed to start a podcast. Because he has his own podcast in his channel. Oscar Acosta Jr.
Bleep that out.
Yeah.
Just like last time.
Yeah, so I don't know. What do you think we should talk about?
Honestly, the only thing I've been thinking about like these past couple of days is pickup.
Oh, pickup lines?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like at this point in time right now, because I'm 22. Because I'm 22, like I just have to get through like this phase.
Yeah.
Like just get knocked out as like just have the confidence to be like, dude, I could pick up any girl and whoever I lose, like I used to have it where it was like if I lost a girl, I knew I could get one. Like it was there's this thing called one-itis that a lot of guys talk about. One-itis is when you can only picture you with this one girl, and she's pretty much, you put her on a pedestal and she's perfect and you're never going to be able to find someone like that. And when you usually put a girl on that pedestal and you lose her, you're pretty much done because you don't think you're ever going to be able to get someone like that again.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't think that's the healthiest way to live. But when I said pickup, pickup is not just to go, okay, you do go and you meet a lot of people and you do some things, you do have sex, you do all of those things.
Yeah.
But the reason for doing it for me is because I want to just get to a point where it just doesn't really matter anymore, where it's just like, yeah, like I already had sex with a lot of girls, like that's cool, but now I'll never have that doubt in my head where it's like, oh, maybe I can never find another girl like that, because that's almost never the case.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I know they say there's one person for everyone, but there's multiple people that are compatible with everyone.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know, like that's the phase that I'm in right now.
Oh.
Like that I've been consuming everything about it, and I'm just like, I've just been taking like little steps. Like when I went to the club,
Oh yeah.
dude, getting rejected by those girls, I thought was gonna be horrible, man. I went up to 4 girls, guys. I went up to 4 girls, just bam, bam. It was no, 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 and I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like.
Well, yeah, I think mostly it's because you didn't really have like an attachment to them. You were just like going towards them.
But don't you have that fear going up to girls and being like, hey, you wanna like,
Oh yeah.
It's that fear that I thought I was going to have.
Oh, okay.
Like I thought I was going to have the fear where it's like, if I get rejected, how am I gonna be able to deal with this?
Yeah.
And then I went up, literally. No. And then I was like, alright. I was like, next? No. Alright, next? No.
Yeah.
No. And I was like, dude, what was I so scared about? Why was I waiting like 5 minutes before I came and talked to these girls? Like,
Yeah.
because the worst that they could say is no. Obviously, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret. If you're unattractive, a lot of bad things can happen.
Okay.
Like, because you're gonna be perceived more of more like a creep. But if you're somewhat attractive, they'll let you get away with more. And I'm like, okay, I'm not the best looking guy, but I'm not the worst.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I can get away with like going up to girls and like going and flirting, and it's not gonna be perceived as weird or creepy or anything like that. So
Yeah.
so I was like, what was I so scared about, and why was my mind telling me like, no bro, like, dude, I didn't even have that fear when I went skydiving. You know what?
Oh
you know
my
what
God.
fear I had when I had skydiving?
Well, dying, no? Or like the parachute not actually
No.
working?
Dude, the only fear I had skydiving was I've never been on an airplane.
What? That was your fear?
Dude, I didn't care.
Dude, that's
Dude, I woke up that day a little late.
Yeah.
I woke up that day a little late. I got out, I called them, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be late by like 15 minutes. Is it cool? They're like, yeah. It's cool. Like, we have multiple airplanes where you can just jump off, just come in. And I was like, alright, cool. So I go and I drive over there.
Yeah.
Nothing. Because I had heard all these stories where all these guys are freaking out before.
Yeah.
Like, they can't sleep the day before, the day of. Like, they're having pretty much like this terror arise in their mind.
Yeah.
And then here's my experience where I'm just like, I didn't feel anything. Like, I wasn't even excited. I was just like, oh, it's just another day.
What?
Literally, that's how it was. But I've never had that sense like of fear, and I just kept going and kept going. I got there, I got ready. You have to fill out a couple of paperwork. They have to record you, giving you their consent. Like, if you die, you're not gonna sue.
Well, I mean,
or if you get injured,
yeah. Oh, okay.
you're not gonna sue.
Yeah.
Just no one from your family can sue, and then you have to
Yeah.
go and sign it and
Yeah.
do all of that. And I go and I get on the airplane, or before I get on the airplane, I'm talking to people. Then I go get on the airplane, and then I'm on the airplane, and they open the door of the airplane like when they're mid-flight. So they're like 5,000 feet up, and I'm the guy right next to the airplane. There's people on the floor, but I'm almost right next to my foot is pretty much sticking out the door.
Yeah.
And nothing. I didn't feel any fear. Like, it was once we were hitting around 8,000 feet
Yeah.
where I started feeling fear, but it wasn't because I knew I was gonna jump. It was because I was like, dude, I know I'm really scared of heights.
Oh, okay.
I was really scared of heights, and then I looked in those little portals and those little windows,
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, I know buildings are not supposed to look that small. They look regular size when you're in front of it. They look big when you're in front of it. They're not supposed to look like ants from on top.
Yeah.
So that's what scared me. But dude, he's like, "Are you ready?" And I was like, "Yeah, man. Like, I'm ready." And literally, like, did you see the video? Did I show you the video?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, literally the whole way, everyone that's shown the video, they're like, "Dude, like, your face doesn't show any fear." And I'm like, I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, this little girl that's freaking like 110 pounds, 120, that probably can't do any physical harm, has me terrified. And I was just like, nah. Oh my god, bro.
Okay. Damn. That's a lot to take in.
That's okay.
Nah, dude. When it comes to like nervousness and fear stuff, I mean, fear. I don't think I'm really scared of a lot of things. Like, you know how like some people have like phobias, like a fear of snakes, fear of like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I really have that. So like when it comes to like adrenaline filled like things like skydiving or something.
Yeah, you're not an adrenaline junkie or what?
Yeah, well, I don't think so. I mean, I do get adrenaline like when I'm thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
Since like I'm an overthinker, so like I just like create like certain scenarios in my head, and I'm just like, holy shit, and I get like pumped up. But then when it comes to the thing, like I think like my adrenaline rush like goes over, and I just feel like, you know, I just do it, but you know, just do it, you know.
Yeah.
Like I think I told you when I had soccer games,
Yeah.
like fucking when we were in the bus. When we got in the bus and everything, just like thinking about the soccer game, like what I could do with the ball and stuff, and like my team, what we could do together, I'd be like pumped up. I'm like, fuck, we could do this, like we could actually win, and we'd be a team. And like in the whole bus ride, I was like, alright, like listening to like pumped up music, and I'm like, alright, shit. And when we got to the field, I one step off the bus and I'm like, oh dude, I'm tired. But it's not that I'm tired. It's just like
tell me why I would have the same experiences
really?
where I would be excited the whole way over, and that's like an hour and a half trip. Like, that's an hour trip on the bus, and you're with everyone, and you're just so excited, and then you're there and you're ready to freaking perform, but your body just feels sluggish, like if you just woke up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I feel. Yeah, it wasn't that I was tired. It was just like sluggish.
No, like you're mentally. I feel like mentally, like I was always. It was always like I told you again. Like I told you, it was. I would do so good until the finals.
Oh yeah.
So we would. Literally, I'd get MVP in the regular season. Like we'd do beast throughout the regular season.
Yeah.
And then the last game for first place, for the trophy, for the big one, for the big nugget. That's where I would perform my worst, man.
Oh man.
And I freaking hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it. But dude, I know that feeling where it's like you're so hyped, and then like for some reason you just
like it just dies down. I don't know.
Do you said overhyped, or do you get over?
I don't. It's not that I get overhyped. It's just because like I just get hyped. Like, I just feel ready. It's
Where
like
do you think that feeling comes from though? Where you actually go over to a point where like your body just kind of dies.
I don't know. It's because I think like I get the adrenaline rush too early. You know what I mean? But I mean, in some way, it's actually a good thing. And I see it because like if I get the adrenaline rush right when I'm about to play, I might make some play that is like that I might overstretch my body or something, or I might do something that like my adrenaline body is like could take. Yeah. But then when I switch back to my normal body, and I'm just like, holy shit, what the fuck did I just do? You know? And like I get like a hamstring pull or something, you know. So then
the same dumbass thing that I did.
Basically, but like the thing is like it's weird because in my high school team, like the first few, we had to build the soccer team from the bottom. Yeah. Because like it was a new school, and like I was basically like the founding class, and in the first year there was like nothing. There was just like a soccer club, but like we would like train every after school, but it wasn't really like we didn't train for anything. Yeah. We didn't really do anything. And then the second year we started actually doing a big like a team because we had 2 grade levels now. Yeah. And I think we went to tournaments and stuff. Yeah.
Honestly, you guys didn't probably do good.
Yeah, we didn't do good. So like, but like it was in those tournaments where like I would feel the same thing. Like we went to like I think Palm Springs or I told you right? Yeah. We went to Palm Springs for one tournament, and we went to like different like locations for tournaments. Yeah. But like I would feel the hype, but then when it came to like actually stepping onto the field and playing. Like I felt sluggish at first, but then once like we started playing, like I started getting like that what's it called?
Adrenaline. You just started feeling in the groove, like your body felt good. You had that mind-body connection. Yeah.
But like there were some cases where like it wouldn't go away, so I would still feel sluggish, and I would be like, oh fuck, and I would play, and I would, but like I wouldn't play like I usually play. Yeah. But then like And like in my sophomore year, my junior year, our teamwork wasn't really good at all. Like our soccer team was like not really good. We had a lot of potential, but it's just that we didn't have the teamwork yet. Yeah. Because we were just starting. And then like we like also like the what's it called?
The chemistry was horrible.
No, the fact that like we kept on changing coaches also like messed with us because we were just like we couldn't like stay stable with one. But yeah, so like what I was trying to get to is that like in the games that like sometimes I would still feel sluggish even though like the game already started. Yeah. And then like obviously our team wouldn't be doing well. Not because of me, like not that I carried the team. It's just that
it's just like my nickname is Cristiano. Yeah. Let's just put it that way.
No. But yeah, so like we wouldn't be doing well. Yeah. And like I don't know, it was just the frustration that like got me the adrenaline again, and I would just be like, oh gosh, and like sometimes I would even like start screaming at my own teammates, but not like regañándolos. Yeah. Just like, hey, come on guys, fucking let's do this, you know, like
trying to motivate them.
But we would still end up losing, but but it was just like I don't know. It was just the whole experience that was like a learning experience in some way. But like because by my senior year, our team was like actually really good.
Yeah.
And like we actually went to playoffs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we lost in like the first round.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it
You
was
guys
more.
actually made it.
Yeah, it was more than last year. I mean, it was more than my junior year.
Yeah.
Because when I was in junior year, that's when we started TIF. But we did terrible, dude. We didn't win one game.
Yeah.
And then my senior year, which was last year, we actually won plenty of games.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I don't know. I just wanted to share that. But like nervousness, though, I think I like sometimes nervous. The
How does
nervousness
that
gets
translate to girls? Like, do you get that same feeling?
Oh, definitely.
You get hyped and then.
Oh no, not the hypeness. It's the nervousness. I mean.
Do you feel like you get paralyzed by it? Like you just can't.
Oh no, it's not that. It's just that like I think, like I just freaking when it comes to girls, I think I just go like I go too overboard.
What do you mean? Too overboard.
So like
you paint. Oh, I think I get it. Like you paint them up and like you already create the story before you've even talked.
Yeah, I mean, it comes back to the point where it comes back to the fact that I'm an overthinker.
Yeah.
And like I paint so many scenarios, but I'm an overthinker, but I'm also romantic. So like, when I see this, when I talk to a girl, like I just talk to her like just to talk, just to get to know her. And then when I get to know her more, and I start liking her, like for her personality and for who she is. And for who she tells me she is, I'm like, holy shit, this girl's actually really good, and she's like, I really like her, and I start liking her, right?
Yeah.
I start developing feelings, but I get attached too fast, so I started I started creating scenarios in my head. If I'm like, oh, I could do this, I could do that, and then like we could I could actually do this and this and that, and then it will eventually be something. And once we're something, I just like look into the future. Yeah. That it's not even a future that's possible, right? It's possible, but it's not.
How about start with the freaking phrase?
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe. Maybe, and then you can start off making a picture, but
yeah. So then, so I think I go too overboard, and then like sometimes like I make my move too fast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, at the time I'm like, this is the time.
Yeah.
But then like later I'm like, what the fuck, dude? What did I do?
Yeah. What about the last 10 minutes that you were just staring at her, trying to decide whether to go and walk to her?
Yeah, exactly.
And say hi, or just look at her like a weirdo, and then after that, she catches a vibe. She's like, okay, this guy's been staring at me for so long. He hasn't walked up. Like, this is a bit creepy.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't really do that, like, stare at them. But, like, it's basically like, because, like, then I just, like, when I make my move, I just go to over. I'm like, if we do end up being something, I'll be like this, I'll be like that, I'll be like this. And I start sharing what I would be as a boyfriend. Yeah. But I'm like, bruh, like, you don't even know her. You don't even know her well enough.
You don't even know how you're going to be, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
You're over here telling yourself, dude, I'm going to be this for her, I'm going to be that for her. Uh-huh. What if she's not worth any of those things? Like,
yeah, exactly. So I think that's my problem. And I also, like, I do get nervous.
Yeah.
So like the hypeness and stuff doesn't really come into play with the girl.
You know what helps?
What?
Just not thinking and just like 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go is the best thing you can do for decisions you know you should make. The things that you're putting off that you're like, that's why when I get out of bed I go straight to the gym most of the time. Mm-hmm. Like because there's not another thing. It's like, no, this is what I need to do. This is what has to get done.
Yeah.
Like, we just got to get up and go and do it. And that's the same way with a lot of things, but right now it's not working for school, dude. I haven't done anything for school. Like, honestly, like, it died down for me.
Yeah, it's because I don't think there's a lack of motivation because, like...
dude, what am I supposed to... How am I supposed to learn through this Zoom thing?
Yeah.
When literally the subject that they're teaching me is not interesting, and they're asking me, okay, well, we're gonna test you on this and that and the other.
Yeah.
And you know, it would be one thing if the teachers were on Zoom, but the students were right next to me, because I go with the environment.
Yeah.
And dude, we have an apartment the gaming's always on, the music's always on. Like I'm at work whenever I'm not doing this, and I'm practicing the guitar and doing the things that I actually enjoy doing.
Yeah.
But school just, dude, the more I think about it, dude, the more I just feel like dropping out, man.
Oh man, no, bro, it's your last year though.
I know it is. The thing is, I have no debt.
Oh, okay.
I have no debt, and I've already developed to a point where I'm happy and I'm content with what I came here to do.
Yeah.
What I came here to do was find myself, understand what I'm good at and what I'm not good at, know how to talk to people, know how to communicate. Because before, you see the way I read. Like literally, the way I read is I get confused with words. Like,
oh yeah.
I'm not sure if it's dyslexia or if it's because I didn't really start reading until like 11th grade. I'm not sure. So right now, when I actually start reading and I try to read faster, I can't comprehend it. But when I came over here, I took about a year where I was just in the library, just focused, and I did all of that. And my writing freaking improved. I went from failing English to getting A's and B's on all my writing assignments.
Yeah.
Like I did everything I set out to do. The only thing that's left is graduating, and I did want to pursue my master's, but honestly, I don't feel it anymore. Like the master's, it's not worth it, and I don't know, man, like, this freaking Zoom thing is really killing me.
Yeah.
Because when you're in class, like, you find a way to get through it.
Yeah.
When you're over here in Zoom, like, I was doing it in the beginning, and I was staying motivated, doing things. But right now, like, because I've been so focused on girls and work and working out, like, literally, I have all these other focus that school just doesn't even make my top 6.
Oh, yeah.
From priorities, and I'm like, oh damn, Oscar, you're really screwing yourself, man. I don't know how you guys are doing it, honestly.
I mean, it's really hard. There's a lot of distractions, and there's not a lot of guides. Like, I mean, thankfully, I have you as like, because like sometimes I ask questions about like the university. But like honestly, like I reach out to my counselors, I reach out to like certain people, and they don't respond instantaneous. And it's just like I actually don't even know how university is actually like, you know, because like I mean Zoom. I had Zoom in high school, and it's exactly the same thing, only with like professors this time. Yeah. And like different subjects, but it's legit the same thing. And like the thing about like dying down with the education thing, I feel it too, because like even in high school, like when I was in class, I like to be. I consider myself as a hands-on guy. Yeah. So like I like not even if it's not like actually like touching something and like creating something, but just like writing and like just being there, like kind of like you like environment. Yeah. Because like I just like talking with people in person, you know, and so like I was like that in high school, like freaking in my class I would always like be writing, always be like talking with people, conversing, like actually participating in class, but then like once we transitioned to like Zoom, like all that freaking changed. Like I sincerely tried like being like I guess active or engaged in class during like high school, because I mean I already knew the people and I already knew the teachers. But like it just wasn't the same.
No, man. I don't know what. Look, my motivation lasted me through the first quarter. I had no, because this happened summer. I was doing a summer, so my motivation literally kept me for 9 months. I motivated myself for 9 to 10 months. Now we're in month 11, and I can't do it anymore. Like I can't. Like I'm just wondering, I'm like, should I just not go to school until fall comes around? Because literally right now, I look at the equations, I look at the problems, and I don't care. And usually if I don't care, that's fine. I don't have to be interested in everything I do. Yeah. But I have to be interested enough to ask questions. And right now I'm at that point where I'm just like, dude, I don't care why that's the answer. Like, can you give me the answer, and I'll, try to bullshit my way through it. But the classes I'm taking, you can't really bullshit anymore. Like, it's like,
I mean,
there reaches a limit of bullshittery. Yeah, I don't know, dude. And like what I'm saying with the girls, dude. I'm so focused on girls. You know how I am with finances. Like, I do investments and I do all those things. I'm really good with my money. But literally, I'm telling you, like, because I'm so focused on everything else and I want to learn so much on my own, that my education from school, from UCR, it's on the back burners. Like, I hear them talking. I'm in all of the Zoom meetings, but dude, they don't affect me. They don't make a dent in my mind. Like, I'm just like, I'm over there working out. I'm right there, and then they're over there talking in my ear, and I can't tell you a single thing that they say.
Oh my god.
Because it doesn't interest me, man. You know what interests me?
What?
Freaking talking with my brother-in-law, or talking with either one of my brother-in-laws, and being like, hey guys, like, let's just talk about life. Like, you tell me about the way you became a lawyer, and then the other one, like, dude, let's talk about business. Like,
oh, okay.
That's where my mind is. Like,
yeah,
that's all I want to talk about. And then when I'm with people my age, I'm like, dude, let's talk about girls.
Yeah.
Look, when I'm with different brackets, because I make sure I know who I can talk about what with.
Yeah.
So if I'm with you, I'm not going to go and talk about your financial future. I'm not going to talk about your business, because those aren't your interests.
Yeah, they're not.
Those aren't your interests. Those are mine, but I know that they're not for you. What I can talk about with you is girls, making jokes, gaming, YouTube, and then, what you want to do for the future, because everyone likes, and even your past.
Oh yeah.
But that's about it. Maybe a little working out, but here and there, not really.
Yeah.
Like, just running, maybe.
Yeah.
But, dude, school, like...
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think you should consider dropping out, though, because, like, freaking... you're already, like, there. So, like, might as well just get the degree, and then just, like...
The thing is that I know if I get the degree, like, I'll be happy. Like, I can set it aside, like, oh, yeah, I did it. But, literally, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with the Zoom thing. Like, it's just... It's so weird, because I'm motivated in every other aspect in my life.
Yeah.
I
see it. I see
school has killed it for me. Like,
yeah.
School has literally, I've always liked education. Even though I wasn't reading when I was younger, I liked education. I liked hearing things. I liked learning new things. And I did my own education. And then school's always found a way to mess it up, make it boring.
Yeah.
They do. Like, literally, I'll go and I'll see how a car is built. And then, like, they don't talk about all the little mechanics and intricacies. And then they don't tell you how to put it together or anything.
Yeah.
Even though I can't tell you shit about cars, I just brought that up for an example.
Yeah.
But my friend literally talks about cars. Like, one of my close friends, his name's Alvaro, he talks about cars, and I'm just like, dude, I don't know crap. I know how to change a tire. I was like, I know how to change a tire.
Yeah.
Check my air pressure, check if there's oil, like, put water. But that's about it. Like, that's about it. But he talks about it, and I'm like, bro, I want to be a mechanic.
Yeah. Oh shit. No, it's because I think it's just the passion that people have. Like, I think the thing that makes things interesting is when someone has a passion about it. Because, like, if you don't have a passion, because I think that the teachers, they do the same curriculum over and over again. So then, like, at first, they might have the passion.
I want to say something, but I feel like UCR might hear this. I don't know if that's the best thing to say about their teachers.
Oh yeah. So like when it's a new teacher, or like when teachers, like, it's the first time or something. Yeah. Like, it's the first few times, like, they have the passion, and they can talk about it. But like once that like they do the same thing over and over again, I think that like it just dies down.
Kills it.
Yeah,
Kills
so that like even it dies down for them too. So that's when they're like, you know, I taught this last year. You know, I have some examples from like 2 years ago. You can use that.
They regurgitate everything they said from the prior years, and it's like.
And it's even like sometimes it's even the same PowerPoint.
It's the exact same thing. Like you're gonna end up realizing that because literally they'll be the exact same test too. Mm-hmm. What you're gonna find out is make friends with people that are older than you.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that are gonna have the answers. Not really necessarily the answers, but they're gonna have a study guide of the prior tests. And if you have that study guide, you know damn well what you need to study and how they formulate all the answers.
Yeah.
So make friends, like that's what I'm saying, like join clubs. Mm-hmm. Join clubs, do that, network, do all those things. Mostly so you can actually feel a part of UCR.
Yeah.
But what's better if you feel a part of UCR and you're getting fucking A's?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, and this is what I was gonna say about the professors. Who cares if UCR hears this? Look.
Oh gosh.
Most of these professors failed at whatever they're teaching.
What do you mean?
They are failed,
you mean...
They failed at whatever curriculum they're teaching. Like, yes, they're a teacher.
Yeah.
But they never succeeded in the thing that they're teaching in.
Oh, okay.
So, like, let's say one of our English teachers is, you know, her pursuit was to be an author. Mm-hmm. And she failed at it. So instead she's like, oh, well, I'm you know, and then they make us call them doctor because technically they have a PhD. Mm-hmm. But that's a way to compensate for their failure. And then there's other business people where I'm like, you've never done this. You've never done what you're teaching. Mm-hmm. Like you're over here telling us, oh, you're listing all the theories from the books, but yet you don't give me any personal insight on what is going on. Like you don't tell me like, oh my god, like there was this situation and this happened and this is how it dealt, and like nowadays like it would probably go around like this. That's insight that's useful.
Yeah.
You telling me read this book, I'm gonna test you on this book, learn the theories because this is gonna relate to real life, isn't real. Because it doesn't matter how many theories you know if you can't put it into use when you're actually in real life. Like it's like talking to girls. Oh, I know exactly how to go up to a girl in theory. In theory, you go up to a girl and you go, hey, like I think you're like really pretty and I'm actually a little shy. Like I just want to see if I can get your number or take you out someday.
Yeah. And
then when you actually go up and you're like, hi, pretty, date?
What?
Literally, that's exactly how these books are making it out to seem.
Yeah.
And here we are so dumb, we're so gullible, that we're over here like, we're just taking it in. We're just like, oh dude, I could run my own business. I read all these books, like I can run it, I know exactly how it works. Yeah. And then you go in and then you're like, oh wait, I don't know how this works because I can't sell my product. I just saved up 10 grand and I just lost it in a year because I don't know how to get customers. I don't know how to sell them on it. Yeah, I made all the plans for it, like, oh, step 1, do this, step 2, do this. I made all that shit. I made up the whole plan and how I'm gonna be a millionaire at 23 years old. You know, I only need a year. Yeah, I only need a year to do it.
Yeah.
And then you go, and then you realize, and then you get slapped in the face because you were, what is it called? They made you believe that you were competent in that area. And in reality, you don't have any knowledge, you don't have any experience, and you didn't have anyone that actually knew what they were talking about guiding you. And that's what I figured at UCR, where I'm just like, dude, this sucks. Because some of these people go and just like, some of them are really great. I'm not gonna lie. Some professors are really great, and you can see the passion. You can see like like they make you want to stay and learn more. And then most of them, you can tell the only reason why they're a professor is because they have a PhD and because they probably, made a connection with the right person. But if it was based on knowledge and experience on the subject that they're teaching, probably not. Like real hand experience, like most of them I don't think have it. And it sucks when I'm over here like, dude, I want to do business.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know people that are doing business, so should I stay in school or should I go and talk to people that are right now doing what I want to do? I'm like, and it freaking sucks because I'm over here like, no, I want to make my family proud. I want to go through school, go and do that.
Yeah.
Get the degree. Because no one in my family has a degree. Like, I've had several generations before. I've had one generation before me, even though they're they're just 12 years older than me. Okay. My mom had me late, so I'm 12 years younger than my cousins, and then I have other cousins that are around my same age, but none of them had it. None of my parents had it. Most of them didn't even get through high school. Like, so I'm over here, I'm trying to prove a point, but I'm like, am I proving a point at my own expense? And you're just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, I understand. I'm just thinking of it.
Because I'm over here trying to prove a point, like, oh, it's possible, we can get this degree, we can do this.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking about it, I'm like, dude, I possibly wasted 3 years. Oh, no, I possibly wasted 2 years in college. Because I needed 2 of these years I know weren't a waste, because that's where most of my personal development and focus came from.
Yeah.
Like, where it was just like, I didn't have anyone for, like, the way you're saying, like, dude, it's so lonely, it's so boring. I had that in my apartment, and that was when everything was going on. And it was just because I had just broken up and things like that happened. Yeah. So I just wanted to distance myself from people. But I had those conversations at night where I'm like, dude, like, you have to do something with what you're given here. Like, you have to focus in. Like, you fucked around first year. Fun, first year, met some pretty cool people. Most of them, we left on like, our right terms, and then some of them I'm like, dude, I know I can call you when I'm older and like in a few years, and like we'll be cool. Yeah. But yeah, it was just like, I was like, dude, you gotta hone that shit in. Yeah, man, I don't know, but I'm just mad because I picked a dumbass degree to get, a marketing degree.
I mean, I don't think it's that dumb though. It's not. I mean, it's pretty useful.
Yeah, it is, because I want to work for a company and learn how to actually market. Yeah. But, dude, social media is marketing. Pretty much everything is marketing.
Exactly. So that's a good thing. So that means you could enter into anything, any field. So I mean, it's like kind of the same thing as in engineering, like or mechanical engineering. What I'm doing. I mean, according to what I've heard, like any freaking thing can like uses engineering. Like even if it's like,
well, engineering is a part of everything. Yeah, it's just the way the world works.
So then,
you engineer this goddamn computer. You can build it up, take it apart. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's the same thing for marketing. There's marketing everywhere, so it means like you could get a job anywhere. Yeah. It's just be like, I have a marketing degree, and they're like, oh, we need marketing.
It just sucks how. Okay, I heard this thing, I don't remember where, it might have been YouTube, might have been Instagram, the most credible sources. Yeah, it might have been Twitter. Twitter. I haven't gone on Twitter, I have one, I just don't do it. Yeah. And it was like, why is it that the, universities have found a way to convince the population that you need them to be anything in this world? Like, we've convinced people, we've convinced businesses that without this degree, you should not give them a chance. Like, if
true.
they do not have this piece of paper,
Yeah.
which you don't know how we're teaching, but you know, we're teaching good. We're teaching good, okay?
Yeah.
Like, literally, universities have made these businesses and people get the perception that you need, like, the people you want are the people at universities, when that's not always the case. And better than that, they've convinced the government, hey, okay, you know how when you go bankruptcy, like, you can go, like, you can just get a clean slate? Not if you have one of our loans. If you have a student loan, that doesn't disappear.
Holy shit.
It doesn't disappear. When you go bankrupt, you clean slate with everything except a student loan. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, actually.
So student loan's the only thing you can't ever lose until you pay off.
Oh crap! What the heck?
And they've convinced people, like, oh yeah, like, and that's why I've been like, dude, when I have children, like, if they're interested in school, I'm gonna help them through it. But honestly, if they want to stay away from it, I don't know how. Like, I think the only reason why I would want them to go to, like, universities or something, is not for the degree, not for anything, but because they need to be away from me. They need to be their own person, because when they're with me, they're gonna feel protected and they're gonna feel secure.
Yeah, they're gonna feel comfortable.
Yeah, and that's the only reason why I would want them. But literally, we could make that experience without them actually going to school. Like, literally, hey, you're moving, pick a city, we'll help you out in the beginning, and then you have to figure it out. Like, literally, that's how you can do it. Or that's how I've been thinking about it. And I'm like, these universities, for some reason, like, and then they go and they teach you these subjects that have nothing to do with real life. So over here, they've convinced the population that you need us to give you viable candidates. These candidates are not going to be, you know, they're going to pay us, and they're going to pay us handsomely. Like, we pay what? It's like $30,000 a year.
Maybe.
30. Some people are paying 30 upwards to, like, they come out with $20,000 to $100,000 in debt. Depending on, you know, how much money you took out for a loan. Luckily, I never did. Worked my way out of it. I was going to, but my sister was like, "Fuck that! Here's the money." Or no, I kind of begged her. I was like, "Margaret, please, Margaret, please, like, help me. I don't want to do it." Like,
how much is it? 20,000. What?
Yeah, yeah, and like, thank God, but it sucks, man. It sucks that they've convinced the whole world, like, you need to do this. Like, this is a step in your life. It's like, you walk, you learn how to talk, you've been eating for a while, okay, you start socializing, you go to high school. Oh, what's next? Oh, you get in debt.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
And it's the weirdest thing, dude, because the only way that you're not going to be successful, really, is if you really fuck up in your 20s. And by fucking up, I mean getting debt or just getting into drugs, or like really mess up your 20s. And like, and getting into debt can really fuck it up, because getting into debt limits the options you have, because now you have to find a way to pay it off. And you might not ever pay it off. My sister had like a $12,000 loan. She's been paying for that $12,000 loan for 10 years. I think they finally paid it off, but literally she paid like $40,000 because of interest. Oh yeah. Because of interest, because she never could pay it off. So she just kept paying like $3,000. Like, it was like, oh no, it was like $500 to a point where she paid $30,000, but the loan was only like for $12,000. Yeah. And I'm just like, how the hell, like, dude, these people are crooks, man. Like, I don't understand it. Everyone just waits in line for it. They're like, I want to be the next one to not be able to freaking, I don't know. I want to be the next one to be scared if I'm gonna have to decide whether I eat or whether I freaking pay for this loan. Yeah, I went on a little rant there.
Damn, yeah, that was. Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't like school, man. I don't like the way it's set up.
Yeah, we do. I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't really have much to say about it. It's just like the.
You don't have the experience.
Yeah,
so you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You're like, what the fuck is this guy?
I mean, I have an idea of it, but
Yeah.
I just don't, I haven't experienced it like in a personal level. So that so in order for me to like actually like experience any, I mean, express any like feelings towards it.
Yeah.
But I just never liked the system of how it's placed. You know, I don't really have much to say because of the same reason. Like I don't really have that much experience, but I could see because like I've talked to like different teachers who are also in debt, like different people that I know that are also in debt.
Dude, these professors are in debt. The professors are in debt, and I'm like, dude,
gosh.
like, no. Some of the professors I've talked to, they're like, oh yeah, I'm still paying off my debt, and I'm like, how long have you been paying? Mm-hmm. They're like, well, I'm 50 something. It was when I was 23, 20 something years. I'm like 20 something years, and how much do you still owe? Like 5,000-10,000. And I was like,
dude.
I was like, are you dumb?
Yeah,
like pay it, like don't buy anything and just pay that thing off immediately because that's the only thing you can't default on.
Wait, I have a question though. Does it build on your credit or no? Like paying off the loan. I mean,
I don't know, man. I don't know that. I can't tell you that.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you is that, literally, that debt will fuck up your life.
Well, for now I'm doing good. I don't have debt yet.
So yeah, whatever you do, just don't get into it.
Yeah.
Like literally, right now is the time when you can hunker down because you don't have any responsibilities. Mm-hmm. You don't have to go and buy lavishly. You don't have to go out every night. Literally, I wouldn't recommend you do what I did, which is you would not eat for a long portion.
Yeah.
I was doing it this year just because I wanted to see if I could do it mentally.
Yeah.
But before it was because I was too stubborn to ask my family for money.
Oh.
And I'd rather be hungry for a couple days and not eat anything.
Yeah.
And and be able to brag about it because be like, oh, like,
I did it all by myself.
Yeah, I did it all by myself. Not bragging as in like, yeah, like, oh, you know what I did it when I was in college? Like, I didn't eat for 3 days, for 4 days. And no, but there were phases where I just wasn't eating.
Yeah. I
could have ate, but it was like there were so many expenses, like books and things like that.
Yeah.
Where I just had to. I was like, okay, do I eat, or do I pay this off and try to just find a way to make money to eventually eat next week or scrounge up enough money?
Yeah. Shit. No, I mean I have an insight into that too because like it's not that I haven't eaten. It's just that like freaking. My cousin, my cousin, he went to college too, and he was kind of like the one who inspired me to pursue the mechanical engineering field.
Yeah,
because he's a mechanical engineer, like he already has a degree. Mm-hmm. But like there was times where like he would tell me and he would tell the family where like he would actually have nothing to eat. Yeah. And like he would tell the family, and like no one would really help him. So like there was like a long phase where like he said that like he would make like the packets of sausage of like hot dogs.
Oh yeah.
Where, like he would make that like last a whole friggin' week.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude. And like yeah, I could tell because like when he would come like he would just come during like the freaking holidays. Yeah, and he was skinny as hell, dude. And like he's already a skinny dude.
Yeah.
But like he was way more skinny, and like you could see like whenever they would put like food on the table, dude, freaking go in and like freaking eat it. Yeah. Like he's like you could just tell he's hungry. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, dude. And like what's it called? My parents told me like they asked me like you remember how my cousin's name is Edgar. Or Edgar. Yeah. And like you remember how Edgar like freaking struggled for food and like struggled overall in college. I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, like I just want you to know that you got us. Like don't ever be like afraid or like nervous or whatever reason. So like
your family.
Like if you don't have food, just ask us. Like we'll give you the food. I mean, we'll give you not only will we give you the food, we could also give you the money. We could give you like if for whatever reason, yeah, basically support. That's basically what they're saying.
My family offered me the same thing, but dude,
You said you were stubborn.
No, it's not even that I'm stubborn, dude. I've just gotten to a point where it's like, I want to be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Like, I've been reliant on them for too long, and I just feel like, you know what? I'm old enough to the point where I can deal with the ramifications of, you know, the things that I want to do. If I decide one day I want to go and hang out with friends, and it costs $200, then I can't pay for rent. I'm not gonna go and ask someone else. Like, I'm not gonna go and ask my family, hey, can you guys loan me $50 because I can't make rent because I decided to go out with friends. It's like, no. You're gonna have to figure out how to. You're gonna have to figure out how to get those $50, and then, let's say I only make $50. Okay, now you're not gonna eat for a couple of days because you decided to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Like, it was my decision. Like, I've lived long enough to understand that, you know, I've gotten to a point where it's like, I'm trying to just separate from my family, not necessarily emotionally, but just financially. I don't want to depend on them, and I don't want to feel like a burden. But I'm 22, you're 18. I had this feeling when I was
19. No,
19. I had this feeling when I was, honestly, the financial burden, I probably felt it when I was like 14 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I felt like I just felt like a burden, man, to my family. I just felt like a burden. And the only time I could ever do anything was when I finally moved out. But I was still taking money in. Like, I needed money freshman year.
Yeah.
Because dorming.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Dorming was too expensive. It was 10 grand.
Yeah.
It was 10 grand
crazy.
a quarter.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like 40,000.
Hmm?
That's like 40,000, no? 40,000 for like.
Well, depend with everything, probably.
Yeah.
With like school supplies, with all those other things, with other expenses, that makes it 40,000.
Yeah.
But if it's just schooling, like 30,000, because I didn't do summer.
Yeah.
It was just fall, spring, or fall, winter, spring. Like, that's 30,000 right there. But plus the other things that you're gonna do because you're there is another, you know, 2 grand, 10 grand, like depending on how lavish your thing was.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, there was one of my friends. His name's Cam. He's really cool. He's actually really motivated. And I don't know how, but this guy has a lot of connections.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's just a really cool guy. But I remember talking to him, and he told me he had what is it called? What is it called when they give? He had an allowance.
Oh.
He had an allowance. Like, he could only spend. I don't want to say a number because it might be too much. Like, I don't want him to sound like.
Oh yeah.
Like privileged or anything. Like,
yeah.
But he had an allowance, and I was like, even if I was given that option, like, I didn't want it. Like, my mom sends me money every month, and I take it, and I just invest it. I just invest that money but I know it makes her feel like she's helping. Oh. Even though she's not paying for anything in college, like, I haven't made her pay. Like, literally, my computer broke. Yeah. Dude, I just don't tell her the price of anything anymore. Because she's always like stressing out, like, you spent how much, like, you spent 100 here, 400 there, like 300
like, they start making counts and shit.
Yeah, so she's over here trying to find a way to pay for all my expenses, and I'm like I've just gotten to a point where I'm like, no. Like, she's like, how much is it? I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you. And she gets so upset with me. She's like, just tell me. And I'm like, no. Like, you stress out enough about yourself. Like,
nah.
This lady works 7 days a week.
Seriously?
7 days. She picked up another job. You know why?
Why?
More money. More money. The 2 days she had off, she picked up another job.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm just like, I know where I get it from.
All right. So unfortunately, like the video or audio cut off, so like I couldn't really get the end of the video. It was just like a few minutes more. But yeah, basically, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to like go check out Oscar's channel. It's Oscar Acosta Jr. In his channel, he like posts like podcasts. Like he made 2 or 3 podcasts with me already, where we talk about like just like random stuff. So go check that out. And also he's gonna post like workout videos and like guitar progress videos, basically like progress videos. Like you just go check out all of the stuff he's doing. It's pretty cool. But yeah, subscribe to me too if you haven't already. If you got this far in the video, thank you. And make sure to turn the bell notification on to get notified when I post new videos. And yeah, stay tuned for the next episode of the podcast. I don't really have a name for it yet, but yeah, thank you for watching.